Center that. And let's see if I guess I'm pretty close to where I should be. A little bit. There we go. And this means I got it. Okay, so we are now live. And let's bring this over here. And this is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst from Good Shepherd Ministries. And we are coming to you every Thursday. And we're here praising the Most High God in the name of Jesus Christ. And we're here talking about natural remedies. Biblically speaking, they are throughout the Bible. And we always start this broadcast with prayer. So we will get started with that. And I need to let you know what my name is, and which I did. And I need to know, or you need to know what my telephone number is. So if you're ready to write my telephone number, I'm ready to give it to you. My telephone number is 503-362-5899. My email address is Truman, Truman, at Herbal Health Review. Truman at herbalhealthreview.com, just like the website, herbalhealthreview.com, where all my work is published. And we've got open mics over here in Dial Pad, and we're going to close up the microphones. And we will open the microphones for anyone who has a question or a topic or a subject that they'd like to learn more about. We'll talk about that right after we have the opening prayer. But I wanted to make sure and give you my telephone number and my email address, my name, and what we're doing here. What we're doing here is we're talking about food. We're not talking about drugs. We're talking about food, natural food, and we're talking about nutrition. And we're talking about Jesus Christ, because we are mind, body, and spirit. And and that's where it starts. We need to know more about how to nourish our body when we have certain health disorders. Now, man has been doing that throughout history, in every nation, in every city, every town, state, country in the world. Always. It's been since the very beginning. We've talked, it's been what makes you feel better, what nourishes you, what makes you healthier. And there were various times people weren't concerned about those kinds of things. But in the later times now, mankind has evolved. We are concerned in our health, and we realize that we are made of 37 trillion cells, all connect together, and they're fed by certain nutrients, not drugs, but nutrients, chemicals that are from nutrients, not from drugs. That's the way man is made. Now, to leave out that equation is evil. The devil would do that. The devil would say it don't matter. If you want some iron, go chew on a nail. It's iron. Or if you're talking about nourishing the body with iron, then you're going to look for yellow dock, an herb that has 40% natural iron in it that your body accepts and can work with. And the body is a miraculous maze of organs and cells and systems. It's communicating with itself 24/7, and it never quits. You're sleeping, but the body is still working and communicating and doing this and doing that. So it's a very wondrous thing, and it all starts when you understand that the mind is mind, body, and spirit. So your brain may tell you, oh, I want some sugar, or I want some alcohol, or I want something, that that the body, it isn't good for the body. So you've got to reason with your emotions, and it gets down to choice, right, wrong, plus, minus. And we always have to maintain that balance. We're looking for that balance. And that's called acid alkaline, because that's an acid alkaline. That's what your body is trying to do, either be acid or alkaline. And it wants to be about 7.34 alkaline. It wants to be just a little bit alkaline. So the body, 7.534. The body needs to maintain that alkaline balance. The mind needs to continually be to be reasoned with, plus or minus, because emotions, foods, things that go on can cause us to question anything, and that we should question everything, and always know that you're looking for balance in nutrition, balance in your diet, balance in your life. So let's go. Let's have an opening prayer now, and let's get started, and invite you to tell me what it is you'd like to learn today, what you'd like to talk about. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 42, 13, 40, it's 42:13. And the Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, and roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holden my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. 15. I will make waste mountains and hills, and dry up all their herbs. And I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools. Yes. And I will make the rivers and islands, and I will dry up the pools. And 16, I will bring the blind by a way that they knew not. I will lead them in the paths that they have not known. I will make darkness light before them. I will make crooked things straight. These things will I do unto them, and not forsake them. They shall be turned back. They shall be greatly ashamed that trust engraven images, and say to the molten images, yea, ye are our gods. Hear ye, deaf, and look ye blind, that ye may see. Who is blind but my servant? Or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind? As he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant? Seeing many things, but thou observes not. Opening the ears, but he heareth not. The Lord is well pleased for his righteous sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. But this 22, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of men snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith, restore. 23. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil, and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. All praises to the Most High in Jesus Christ's name. Praise, worship, and thank you, Most High God. As we praise, worship, and thank you, we receive your love, your mercy, your healing. We receive your complete, continuous, endless, and limitless blessing for the glory and for the victory of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In Jesus Christ's name, praise, worship, and thank you, the Most High God. We receive. So be it. Let's open up the lines there, over there in Dial Pad Meetings. Thank you there, brothers and sisters, for joining us here today. And do you have any kind of a question or a topic that you would like us to talk about? I'm looking at the mics over there. The microphones are not. You would need to press your star key on your telephone 2 times. If you press your star key on your telephone 2 times, it'll open your microphone and you can suggest what we talk about here today. But I don't see that happening, and that's okay, because sometimes we have people who simply, well, they want to listen and they want to learn. So let's go look and see what's going on. We've been talking about some various subjects lately. I've been talking a lot about single herbs, and I'm on the website herbalhealthreview.com. That's where all my work is published, and it's updated all the time. I'm constantly adding to it. It's like a book that you keep adding more pages and more information and updating the information and so forth. And that's what I'm constantly doing on that website. And most recently, I updated the Make Lifestyle Changes diet system, and I love all the new additions and informations that I'm able to add and bring, but it's, it's a labor of love. I'm totally inspired, spirit-filled and spirit-led to research and find information that will help people. This is I have to do that. I do it day and night, and I've done it for 62 years. It was really nice when computers came along and were invented, because that made my work much easier. Although it was a leap to be able to learn how to use a computer and be able to update your own website. Had to learn to do those things. And but again, a labor of love, and that's what I do. So most recently, that's some of the things that I did. But I've also been looking at the herbal descriptions part of the website, which is my book by the name Herbal Descriptions, which you can pick up a digital copy off this website. It's over here under the store. If you click on the store, it'll give you the herbal descriptions, all the different things. There's the book right there, the digital download of my book, and that's this book that I'm continually updating, Herbal Descriptions. So here it is on the website. And when you become a member and get a username and a password, then you can use this website, and you can go over here on the let's say the single herbs, because I've been doing broadcasts regarding single herbs lately quite a bit. I see that we've got a microphone open there, and yes, your microphone is open. What is your question, topic, or suggestion? Area code 330. Your microphone is open. Do you have a question, topic, or suggestion? And over there in Dialpad meetings, area code 330-264. Your microphone is open. Okay, that just my accident. Go ahead.
Hi, Dr. I was just wondering about monk food, and you can hear me, right? Amino acids, and also we talked about your broken thumb, and I wanted you to elaborate on that.
You said you're asking me to talk about vaccines. Did you say?
Oh no, I said monk fruit, amino acids,
amino acids.
And monk fruit.
Amino acids, I'm not getting that word. Milk?
Monk fruit?
Flaxseed. Are you saying flaxseed?
No, I'm saying monk fruit. I don't know why
monk
this
fruit.
is coming.
Monk fruit.
A monk fruit.
The word monk is not coming through very much. Okay, monk. You said monk fruit. Is that right?
Yes.
Yay! Got it. That was easy. Okay, so you got monk fruit. You want to talk about monk fruit, and what else did you want to talk about?
Amino acids.
Amino acids. Okay, let's talk about.
So I wanted you to elaborate on the thumb issue that you have going on.
Oh, my thumb issue. Broke my thumb.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting because you broke it.
Yes, I did. How I broke it was 2 years ago. And I didn't do anything about it for a year and a half. I ignored it. But what I did was I had a glass shower door, and I was moving that glass shower door to try to get in and try to get out, and it got stuck. And I pushed on it. When I pushed on it, it shattered. And I'm standing there getting ready to step into the shower, and it rained glass, and a piece of that glass hit my thumb and it severed the vein that's feeding the blood to that thumb, and and it broke the knuckle in the middle of the thumb. And being I really never really had an injury like that before, so I just ignored it. I just figured it would kind of clear up one of these days, and just kept right on working through it for about 16 months, about a year and a half. Finally, I decided this is not going to clear up. You know, this is I'm gonna have to deal with this. So I did. I got some Emu MSM salve, and some DMSO, and that's dimethyl sulfoxide, and it's a penetrant. DMSO, you can get it from a seed and a feed store. They'll put it on a horse, an injury or bruise. If a horse is bruised or injured, they'll put a little bit of this DMSO on. You wash your hands first, and you wash your hands afterwards, because it's a penetrant. It will penetrate deeply into the tissues and clear to the bone. And so you rub in a little this, like a little half a teaspoon or a quarter of a teaspoon of this DMSO into the area, and then you put the Emu MSM cream over the top of it, and pretty soon things start, and the pain goes away, and the stiffness goes away, and the swelling goes away, and then it just slowly gets better. And it's been almost 2 months that it's been like this, but I can now grab things, use things, put a little pressure on it. It's fairly it's about 80% healed. I'm going to give it another week or two, and my thumb will be done being healed. And that's the story of my broken thumb. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Okay,
Okay. All right.
and DMS, so that's very interesting.
So anyway, so that's what we need to talk about. Monk fruit. Let's talk about monk fruit, because it's a very nutritionally rich a fruit. Okay, monk fruit. MONK, monk fruit. All right, monk fruit. Let's see. Monk fruit. Okay, and we want benefits. Let's go back. Well, it's there. And all right, monk fruit. I get a lot of people that have talked about monk fruit with me over the years, but it's monk fruit does more than naturally sweeten your coffee. It helps combat free radicals. It works as an anti-inflammatory and a lot more. So let's find out more about it. Okay, and okay, well, this is more of a, we're gonna go from here and go over here to get a little bit more information over here. Yeah. All right, this is recent, February 2023. Monk fruit. Let's see if they're going to let me do this. Right, wait. across the borders. Wow. It's kind of slow today, populating and giving us the information that we're trying to get. That's it's not usually this difficult. I'm going to go back here again. This is not getting me what I'm looking for. One of the benefits is it's great for the skin, and it's a very it has something called erythritol, and and that's one of the reasons why, you know, that this erythritol is not metabolized. It's not metabolized. And we've got an open mic over here, and I got to go close it. Okay, but one of the things that monk fruit is good for is weight loss, and monk fruit sweeteners are safe to consume because the extracts from monk fruit are generally recognized as safe by the FDA, which doesn't mean much, really, because they're not a credible agency. Anyway, but the regulatory review process, a category used by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, they say it's safe to use. That's nice to know. And one of the things that it is this sugar replacement called erythritol is used to add bulk or sweeten stevia, for instance, monk fruit, and it's a keto reduced sugar product, so it's linked to helping when there is blood clotting, stroke, heart attack, so those are areas that there's been studies that monk fruit has been linked to, and it's anti-inflammatory, reduces inflammation throughout the body, which is excellent. Reminds me of turmeric, which also does that, and is a food that can be consumed in any quantity you want. But as a as a sweetener, monk fruit sugar, also known as mangrosides. Mangrosides are MONGROSIDES. Mangrosides, and it's and again says it's anti-inflammatory. And is there any kind of a downside? Well, it doesn't appear to be. And how does it affect the liver? Is it hard on the liver? Well, monk fruit sweetener compared to sugar, consuming too much added sugar can ruin your teeth and cause kidney stones and increase your risk of heart disease when you're consuming too much sugar, and it can harm your liver and make you gain weight. Monk fruit sweetener has not been proven to do any of these things, but those are the things it says that it does help, but there's no studies that say that it does. Monk fruit, is it safe for the kidneys? Well, not only is it safe for the kidneys, but it helps prevent all kinds of infections, whether it's a gum infection or a sore throat. Monk fruit helps to prevent all kinds of infections. For some, who have weaker kidneys, they should definitely try monk fruit or its extract to in order to help to prevent kidney failure, according to this one article. Now, the concentration of 20% was also associated with increased kidney weight in females, decreased body weights of males, and increased cacao weights in animals of each sex. Since these effects were physiological or adaptive, they were not considered to be toxic effects. So far, that's the studies on this. Erythritol, how does it affect gut bacteria? Erythritol affect the gut bacteria. Many listeners wrote to ask whether the effects of monk fruit with erythritol are known. Although stevia may support beneficial bacteria, it appears that the erythritol promotes neither good or bad intestinal bacteria. According to researchers, they found that erythritol is resistant to fermentation by a range of microbiota from the human gut. So, erythritol. Why is monk fruit banned in the UK? Well, very possibly because a lot of things are banned in the UK. They've got very draconian laws in the UK that give people little tiny doses of nutrients, and it's a really sad thing that's going on in the UK. But it's banned. So it's banned in the UK, and because the sweetness combined with its low caloric content has made it a particularly popular sugar alternative for people on low carb, keto, or calorie controlled diets. And despite these perks, concerns over sweetener safety have led to legislation in the UK banning their use. And that's an article as of September 27, 2022. And does the monk fruit, does it affect the hormones? Well, for that reason, they may act as endocrine disruptors, affecting both the male and female reproductive system, while potentially causing metabolism, thyroid, and obesity issues as well. Monk fruit extract has a different chemical structure and is not believed to cause these issues. So where you're getting sugar to cause all kinds of endocrine disruptors, monk fruit is not causing any of these problems. So it's very well tolerated, and the body is able to utilize it. And does it cause gas or bloating? Well, a monk fruit sweetener is a type of sugar with that type of erythritol alcohol that's 25 to 100 times sweeter than regular sugar and acts the same way as other types of sugar alcohols. However, unlike other sugar alcohols, monk fruit sweetener doesn't have any known side effects like bloating or abdominal difficulty. So that's a plus for monk fruit. And let's take a look at here. Let's see, are there any long-term side effects? In case of monk fruit sweeteners, there are no known side effects, none. They can't find anything wrong with it. That must drive me nuts. Anyway, so we're looking at monk fruit is an important ingredient for traditional medicine and is used to cure diseases such as high blood pressure, pulmonary tuberculosis, asthma, gastritis, whooping cough, acute and chronic tracheitis, and acute and chronic tonsillitis. Monk fruit can be used for both therapeutic and health products. So that's pretty important that it's can be used, for high blood pressure, that it can. And I am not saying this is the cure for anything, but I am saying that this may help. High blood pressure, pulmonary tuberculosis, asthma, gastritis, whooping cough, acute and chronic tracheitis, and acute or chronic tonsillitis. So that's incredible. And how does it affect the pancreas? It's busy making insulin, and regulating sugar levels and so forth. The exception is if you have an overactive pancreas, like hyperinsulinemia. In this case, eating monk fruit might increase the insulin production, which might, see, this is might and maybe, okay? It might increase insulin production, which might mess with your blood glucose levels. But insulin is made in the pancreas. It's a hormone that shuttles glucose from the blood into the cells, and they have no studies on it, so they really don't know. So they say it might. So, but these are things we then need to watch, and these things we need to learn. Does it? Because we don't know. It may increase insulin production, and it might mess with your blood glucose levels. So, you want to check with your doctor and make sure that those things are staying in the correct ranges, especially if you're getting any kind of side effects. Does monk fruit raise cholesterol? Cholesterol, blood glucose, and diabetes. The mogrosides in monk fruit extract have been shown to lower blood sugar and cholesterol levels. Now that's great. That's good news. It's lowering blood sugar and cholesterol levels. Even better, monk fruit's most prevalent mogroside B, like victory, seems to stimulate insulin production. One of the primary causes of type 2 diabetes is lack of sufficient insulin, which is then why you got to read my diabetes report, because there's all kinds of things there will regulate and balance the endocrine system in that diabetes report. We have a lot of people who have suffered with diabetes for years and years and years, and they're reporting back excellent help with that diabetes report system on herbalhealthreview.com. Click on common conditions and scroll down to D for diabetes. But you have to be a member, so become a member and support this research that I'm doing and this information that I'm bringing to you. Now, so I think that's basically mainly it. I think we've really talked a great deal about monk fruit. Is it a natural laxative? Well, there's no reports of excessive gas, bloating, or laxative effects when you're using monk fruit sweeteners. And that's good to know too, because some of these things are laxative, but this monk fruit is not. And is monk fruit a superfood? Well, it's earned its title as a superfood over the years, given its extract has been used for centuries in traditional Chinese medicine, TCM. And today, right up to today, they still use it, and it's in your favorite health food store. And so there's you can get this monk fruit in most, it's all over the place, and monk fruit extract. So yes, it's excellent. It's lowering cholesterol. It's a very it is a superfood with a long history of safe use. So that is a little bit about monk fruit. And let's go and do you have over there in North Carolina, if you have a question or a topic or a suggestion, or if there's something you'd like to learn about, all you have to do is press your star key 2 times on your telephone and ask your question, okay? Or let us know what you'd like to learn here today. In that case, let's find out more about the benefits of amino acids, which is incredible. I'm so glad that you asked about the benefits of amino acids. Amino acid benefits. And what amino acids help to do? They break down food. They grow and repair body tissue. They make hormones and brain chemicals, neurotransmitters. They provide, these amino acids provide an energy source. I've already had a handful of amino acids specifically to target my heart, etc., so that I can keep on going into many more years. I got a lot more things to do. You know, I can't allow my body to limit me from doing what I'm doing. So I maintain it. I give it, I've had a handful of amino acids, multiple aminos like, let's look at it. Aminos like acetyl-L-carnitine. Acetyl-L-carnitine for the heart. It helps strengthen the heart muscle. And so I'm taking all these amino acids and etc. And I stage in all these nutrients. It's a discipline. It's a discipline. It's like it's a job to make sure that what I'm doing is working, so that at 82 I can make it to 83 and still keep doing what I'm doing, because I'm very energetic. I have a real busy, constant 7 days a week. I'm helping people. I'm doing research and reports, and for people that come to me and they want to know exactly what a good health plan would be for them. And so I detail that, and it's individual, and it has to be precise. They have to have exactly all these things. And when they do, it helps to nourish them. It helps them to feel better. I get great reports. That's why I keep doing this, is because people keep telling me, keep doing what you're doing, Truman, because you've helped me and you've helped my family. And now 62 years later of doing this, I can't quit. I got to keep doing it. But anyway, that's what's going on here. the amino acids, they maintain healthy skin, hair, and nails. They build muscle. They boost your immune system. They sustain a normal digestive system. One of the greatest things you can do if you're having any kind of an illness, one of the greatest things that you can do is take amino acids, bone broth, chicken bone broth, and beef bone broth are loaded with amino acids. Let's go take a look here at amino acids. And the question is, should you take amino acids every day? Well, amino acids specifically are generally safe to use every day, as long as they're not consumed in huge amounts. In other words, I wouldn't be taking 2 handfuls of them, but I would be taking about a half a handful of them, various amino acids, because the nutritional needs of different people can vary widely. It's tough to say exactly what the upper limit might be for amino acids in general. In other words, nobody's being harmed by taking too many amino acids. That's not happening. Okay. It's a food. It's a wonderful food, and all things with prudence and thanksgiving in the name of Jesus Christ, our Savior. All things in prudence and thanksgiving. So, who should take amino acids? Well, those with certain medical conditions could be negatively impacted by a dose of amino acids, and especially the BCAAs. These primarily concern this primarily concerns those with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, or these are branched chain ketoaciduria, also called maple syrup urine disease. These are people who really especially need amino acids. So, what are foods high in amino acids? The 5 foods that are the best sources of dietary amino acids available are quinoa. Quinoa spelled Quinoa, looks like quinoa. Quinoa is quinoa, and it is one of the most nutritious grains available today. So if you're gonna have grain, that would be you'd have quinoa. It's an ancient a grain from the Incas, and then the Aztecs had amaranth, and those two, amaranth and quinoa, ancient grains like teff, these are extremely nutritious. And eggs are an excellent source of protein containing all the essential amino acids. Although I'm not an egg eater anymore. I'll get my amino acids somewhere else. Turkey is high in amino acids. Cottage cheese is high in amino acids, and so are mushrooms and fish and legumes and beans. but I'm watching my acid alkaline levels. And when you're considering the acid alkaline levels, we have an open mic over there in Louisiana. And it's making a lot of noise. Do you have any kind of a question or a topic in Louisiana? Any question or topic today? I guess not. Okay, we're going to mute the mic. And I'm going to take another drink of, and the mic. Hello, your microphone is open. Do you have a question or a topic or a suggestion? No. Okay. All right. Okay. Brother and Sister Robinson, your microphone keeps coming open. If you have a question, please open your microphone. Otherwise, be careful. It's to keep it closed. Thank you. And so, quinoa, legumes and beans, mushrooms, those would be the sources that I would choose as some of the top healthiest foods you could possibly eat. I avoid dairy, so I'd avoid the cottage cheese, although it's high in amino acids. I avoid eggs, although they're high in amino acids. I have a limited amount of fish. I'm mainly just going with fruits and vegetables and lots of super foods, super green foods, and so forth. Those are the things I consume that I have found that work best for me and my body. Now, how long does it take for amino acids to work in your body? In food form, namely protein, it takes 3 to 4 hours for the body to absorb amino acids. But in crystalline form, the body can absorb them in just 30 minutes. So if you're getting them in a pill, as a protein, if you're getting it 3 to 4 hours, you're going to get the amino acids out of the protein broth, beef broth or chicken broth. It's chicken boned broth or beef bone broth that are high in amino acids. And you'll absorb that rather quickly, probably faster than you'd be able to pull the amino acids out of most protein. But in pill form, you'll absorb it, and you'll absorb those amino acids in 30 minutes. This means we can consume amino acids when our bodies need them, making them ideal for sports and training. That would be one of the things that would help the endurance of an athlete. So, is it better to take protein or amino acids? Well, although essential amino acids are the building blocks of protein, there's no evidence that consuming free amino acids helps build muscle better in healthy individuals than consuming complete or high energy protein, that is protein that contains all the essential amino acids. So what's the best time to take amino acids? Well, for the best results, both strength and endurance athletes, excuse me. Okay, all right. And by the way, I'm just getting over the flu. Had it for 10 days. I've been fighting this flu. It's been a tough one, but here we go. you know, I'm back doing my thing. But in endurance athletes can benefit from taking high quality amino acid supplements before, during, and after training, or after, in any time, before, during, or after. Essential amino acids can also be taken throughout the day when a meal or a shake isn't possible or preferred. So you could take a few amino acids and out throughout the day. If you needed, if you were just constantly using up your energy, you can restore it rather quickly, because it only takes 30 minutes for the amino acids to kick in. Now, what are the negative effects? When your body has too much of amino acids, the following effects can occur: gastrointestinal distress, such as bloating, abdominal pain, diarrhea, increased risk of gout, a buildup of uric acid in the body, leading to joint inflammation if you're getting too much. Unhealthy drop in blood pressure. Your blood pressure could drop. It'll bring down. Getting too many amino acids can bring down and drop blood pressure. Changes in eating patterns. That's those are things that would it'll affect amino acids. And the most common, what are the risks? What's the risk of taking amino acids? Three of the most commonly mentioned risks of long-term amino acid supplementation are nausea, headache, and pain. Amino acid supplements can impact your blood sugar and change the levels. This means that you should avoid them before and after surgery. Many experts advise against taking supplements that contain a single amino acid. Yes. All right. So what are the pros and cons of taking amino acids long term? It may cause some side effects such as fatigue and loss of coordination. The BCAAs should be used cautiously before or during activities that require motor coordination, such as driving. BCAAs might also cause stomach problems, including nausea, diarrhea, and bloating. Branched chain amino acids, the BCAA. What are 3 foods that contain all 9 amino acids? Foods that contain all 9 essential amino acids are called complete proteins. These foods include beef, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy, soy, quinoa, and buckwheat. These foods all contain the 9 essential amino acids, are called complete proteins. The foods that contain some but not all the amino acids are called incomplete proteins. These foods include nuts, seeds, beans, and some grains. So there you go. And is apple cider vinegar an amino acid? Apple cider vinegar contains small amounts of amino acids and probiotics and enzymes and vitamins and minerals. The main ingredient in apple cider vinegar is acetic acid, which offers many of its own health benefits. Are bananas high in amino acids? The banana flour contains high quality proteins because of its well-balanced composition, including essential amino acids, leucine, lysine, and threonine. It's in amounts greater than 30 milligrams per gram of protein. So that was interesting. Does amino acids burn belly fat? Beyond building muscles and improving the performance of athletes, branched chain amino acids, the BCAAs, the essential protein molecule, help burn belly fat. The answer is yes. They help. The branched chain amino acids help burn belly fat. Should you take amino acids in the morning or at night? Well, you want to take them during the day. You want to taking BCAAs before bed can provide your body with essential amino acids, the building blocks of protein. This is the case for BCAA only supplements. That's right. Since we're talking about branched chain amino acids, they can be taken before bed and will help you to break down the building, and break down the fats. What are the symptoms of low amino acids? The symptoms of low amino acid deficiency are fatigue. We all have days when we feel like dragging, but and memory loss. If you don't have enough amino acids, you can have memory loss. In addition to its role in energy production, acetyl L-carnitine has shown to improve cognition and memory. And that's the one I just showed you, is the acetyl L-carnitine. And I take that every day. A deficiency of acetyl L-carnitine will cause memory loss. It'll cause it'll slow illness recovery. You'll have muscle loss. You'll be craving unhealthy foods. You have a depressed mood, and you want to sleep all the time because you're fatigued when you don't get enough amino acids. And amino acids are the building blocks of protein and perform many important functions in your body. Of the 20 amino acids, 9 are essential, which means you have to obtain them through your diet because your body won't naturally produce them. So nine are essential. Ginseng. And how often should you take amino acids? If your primary goal is to facilitate weight loss, and particularly if you're restricting calories, to do so, you will want to take 15 grams of amino acids 5 times daily. 15 grams, that's 1,000 milligrams, 5 times daily. But those focused on aging healthfully should take 3 to 6 grams of amino acids once or twice a day between meals. And that's how I take mine. Once a day. And I'm getting about 6 grams of amino acids. Okay. So do amino acids give you injury or energy? Do amino acids give you energy? The amino acids, they do so much for you, but here's the top 10 most important functions providing the body with energy. And isoleucine and valine in particular are good sources of energy to fuel the body, enhancing the musculoskeletal system. I think we just about covered amino acids. Let's talk about amino acids for the heart. One of the standout amino acids for the heart is arginine, L-arginine. This conditionally essential amino acid acts as a precursor of nitric oxide, a potent vasodilator that helps blood vessels relax and improve circulation throughout the body. L-arginine is a great heart amino acid. I think we've just about talked about amino acids quite a bit. Is there any other question or topic or suggestion? Area code 330, how are we doing? I don't.
Wonderful, thank you.
Okay.
Hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about today or learn?
I think that's probably about it for right now.
Okay, all right. I'm going to go ahead and mute your microphone, and we will continue. All right, and that, let's go and let's look for it. Well, wait a minute. We do. Okay. I lost my screen and if I close out there, I will lose everything. So I'm kind of at a quandary as to how I can get back here and get my screen back. I lost the screen. It just went blank. So I think that and that's muted. So I think we've done about all we can do for today. And I'm going to go ahead and and close out today or with a closing prayer because for some reason or another I've lost my screen here and I don't know why. Maybe I can escape out of here, but it's not allowing me to do that. So now I went to a blank screen. Let's go to new share and it's blank. Let's see if I can. Opening up. All right, I've lost my images here, so I can't continue. And I'm going to go ahead and close out. And in the name of Jesus Christ, all praises to the Most High. I want to thank you for listening and viewing, but we've lost our screen here for some reason, and I can't bring it back. I've tried a couple of different things. It's not working. So I'm going to close out. And I want to thank you for listening and joining me here on Discoveries in Health. And we will be back next Thursday with another episode of Discoveries in Health. My telephone number is 503-362-5899. My email address is truman@herbalhealthreview.com. Thank you for listening and bye for now.